to Williams-Brice Stadium, home of the South Carolina Gamecocks. Always loud and passionate. These folks are ready to roar. This is not a normal matchup. Two teams ranked in the top 10, colliding right here in the middle of the season, trying to make a strong statement. Big playoff implications. We'll see the number 4 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the 10th-ranked team, the South Carolina Gamecocks. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. I think we've talked long enough, Kirk. Let's get this game going. Alabama will kick it off to get us underway. And the returner elects to fair catch it. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. He'll hand it off. Breaking tackles. And the one moves the ball up to the 33. And the Gamecocks will hustle to the line here to run the hurry-up.
Chris, I know it's the first play of the game. Boy, nice job by this offensive line. The back gets behind him, picks up some positive yards.
An effective play. Good for a first down at the 35. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. It's a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8. Offense right to the line, cranking up the tempo. Here comes a handoff. Solid gain, moves the ball to the 43. So now it's 3rd and short from the 43. Can he keep the drive going or perhaps face a tough 4th down decision? They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Offense stays on the field. They're going to go for it on the opening drive from their own territory. 4th down, looking to throw for it. He'll take a deep shot. Catch made down inside the 20. Out of bounds, but not before a huge gain. Offense gets a fresh set of downs.
Well, Chris, here's an example of what we always talk about. On 4th down, the receiver's got to run a route beyond the sticks. Great awareness to know exactly where he is. Quarterback makes the throw. Receiver gets hit, but is beyond the sticks for the first down.
Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. 2nd down after that previous play. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. This time it's complete. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
Boy, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice gain.
He'll earn the first down, but pay for it with a hard hit. The Gamecocks trying to punch it in. It's 1st and goal. Takes the snap and takes off on the run. And they finally stop him at the 3. The offense really threatening now. All right, it's 2nd down and goal now for this offense. And it looks like the quarterback's going to run it. And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks. They're set now to try the PAT. And it's 7-0 after the PAT. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. Returner decides to field it. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. Just underway, and this home crowd is fired up and ready to make a difference today. From the shotgun, it's a handoff.
Well, the defense coordinator this week, all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Looking to pass here on second down. He's moving out of the pocket, using his legs on the scramble. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down.
Nice job of this defense taking away the primary receiver, even the second and third option. But the quarterback's legs are the difference. They almost kept him short, but instead, he gets that first down.
First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Off the play fake, looking to throw. He's moving out of the pocket now. Short pass finds the tight end. Then he'll run out of bounds after picking up a few yards on the play.
Well, this is why running the football is so important. You run the ball, and when you go play action, it affects the eyes of the safeties and linebackers and frees up some space for the tight end to be able to pick up a nice gain.
Running with purpose. Stop right near midfield. It'll be a first down.
Chris, I don't know. There's just something about that Bama uniform. When they run the football, it just feels right. It's a combination of having those big offensive linemen, a really physical approach at the line of scrimmage, and backs that are able to pick up first downs like that right there. Beautiful play.
He makes the catch. Where was the coverage? Stiff arms the man. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
You know, Chris, you think about it, efficiency has always kind of been the description of a great Alabama quarterback. Man, think about the playmakers that they've had over the last few years at this position. Jalen, Tua, Bryce Young recently. Just a different level of quarterback play and really gives this offense edge to it.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. And it's caught. Touchdown, Alabama.
That kind of play is almost impossible to defend. When the quarterback is throwing the ball with that kind of accuracy and timing, and the receiver runs a route like this, good luck trying to stop it. So maybe this is a great start for this combination, this quarterback and receiver, for a big day.
Looks like the returner will try and field this one. The returner loses the football deep in their own territory.
That is an incredible job by this kickoff coverage team. You don't see many turnovers on kickoffs, but they just gifted their offense with a bonus possession.
So here comes the Alabama offense back onto the field. They punched it in the last possession. Can they do it again, or will this defense make some adjustments to get a stop? Will he score here? Makes it across the goal line. Touchdown, tie. Well, no surprise for offense this good. Short field, quick touchdown.
Yeah, you get into the red zone, though, there's a tendency to want to get conservative. I love that the offensive coordinator and the quarterback kept attacking until they came away with 7 points.
He'll bring it out from his end zone. Solid coverage there. They get it at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's a sack. They trap him inside the 5. And the Gamecocks looking to crank up the tempo a bit.
As expected, this Alabama defense is laying the wood and living in the backfield of their opponent. Such upfield speed, it's dangerous.
Tackle right at the 30, good enough to move the sticks.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
A solid run, good for first down yardage. Ball handed off. Breaks loose at the 40. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Nothing better than an offense on first down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of it.
And the quarterback tucks it and takes off as a design run. Getting set. Here's second down. Looks like the QB is changing the play at the line. Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw that time. And now third down coming up.
Boy, the defense rolls the dice here on this screen pass. If they don't hit this quarterback, this is a big play. But give them credit. They were able to get to him before they were able to complete that pass.
So the ball at midfield, and now the offense facing a third and long. An inside give now from the shotgun. He stopped short of the marker, so it's fourth down now. The Gamecocks will look to convert here on fourth down. They'll take a deep shot here. Can't connect downfield. And a turnover on downs.
This is the chance you take here as an offensive coordinator and a play caller. You go for it here. You draw it up perfectly. You think this is the right play, and then the execution is not there. So the defense catches a break, and they get the ball back to their own offense.
Here comes the Alabama offense onto the field. They were able to punch it in the end zone last time, looking to do the same thing here to see if the defense can make adjustments. They get him down, but the gain moves the ball to the plus 40. That run, good for a first down. The offense still rolling. Back's got it again. Gets some space around the 30. Tackle made at the 21, but this offense is in great position to add more points.
Just a great play by the running back here, finding his lanes and then exploding through the gap when it opened up.
And that run, good for first down yardage. The drive moves on. Here's the snap, looking to throw here. Fires it to the wideout. He's got it right near the end zone. And he scores! Touchdown, Bama! And they'll set up now for the extra point try. PHC is good. They're pulling ahead now, 21-7. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back.
21, South Carolina, 7.
He's going to bring it out of the end zone from a couple yards deep. Stop at the 22. That's pretty solid coverage there.
South Carolina Gamecocks will take over first and 10.
Offense out for the first play of the drive, beginning at the 22. On first and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Tackle way behind the line. He'll lose 6 there. From the 15-yard line, it's second and long. Offense looking to throw the ball. And it's incomplete. What is the final play of this period?
That's the end of the first quarter. For Alabama, 21, South Carolina, 7.
We begin the quarter with a crucial play. Offense setting up for this third down. Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. Receiver makes the catch. Defense stops him short of the marker. So now it's fourth down.
At the 27. Now, a fourth down.
Check this out. The offense still on the field, going for it inside their own 30. Needs a completion here on fourth down. He's got it. That is enough for a first down. The freshman quarterback showing what a cannon he's got. And the Gamecocks line up on first and 10. snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on first down.
Well, Chris, I can tell you as a quarterback, there's nothing more frustrating. Defensive lineman who's good at swatting the ball, because if they don't do it, oftentimes you got an open receiver and a completion.
Important second down play coming up. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. And the defense able to hold him there to a short gain.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. That's exactly what we saw right there.
And they'll stop him just short of the marker. Good effort, but the defense holds. Now it's fourth down. The Gamecocks come to the line looking to crank up the tempo. Here we go, fourth down. They'll try to run for it. They stop him, but it's a first down.
Yeah, that is a gutsy call to go for it on fourth down in your own territory. You can see that this coach is confident in his offense and going to their go-to plays that they call up specifically for these situations.
Delivers from the pocket, complete over the middle. They bring him down after a short gain there. That completion makes it second and medium. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Oh, the pass is picked off. They tackle him after a short return, but they get the football back and set up shop near midfield.
Chris, how about the big 300-pound defensive lineman getting his paw on that football and bringing it in for an interception?
Here comes the Crimson Tide offense onto the field. This group has been clicking. They've really built momentum. Can the defense make adjustments? Come up with a stop here. Pressure is coming. Took contact on the throw. And the pass is intercepted as he throws into double coverage that time. Not much on the return there, but the interception gives the football back to the offense at the 47. So here comes the first play of the drive. They'll begin from their 47. They'll try to run it with the option. Just trucks through the defender. Tackle made after a solid run by the junior.
How about the offensive line here? Just a hat on a hat, opening up just enough room for the back to squeeze through there for a nice gain.
Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. It's an option look. Tackle made at the 24-yard line. This offense really threatening now. First down and 10. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. And that's incomplete. Even on a first down pass attempt, he felt heavy pressure.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
We'll look to throw it here on second down. And he's got it. Touchdown, South Carolina. Almost set up for the PAT. The extra point is good. They're down by a touchdown, 21-14. Now they get set to kick it away.
South Carolina, 14.
And he's going to bring this out from a couple yards deep in the end zone. And he stopped at the 18. Returner trying to make a play, but a touchback would have been a better idea. Alabama's offense coming back onto the field. See if this quarterback can bounce back. The last possession, a pick on the very first play. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. After the first down loss, it's second and long from the 17. Quarterback drops back. He's escaping the pocket now. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Well, this quarterback's trying to do everything he can to give this play a chance. He gets out of the pressure off to his right. But man, did he take a hit. He wasn't able to complete this pass.
So a tricky situation here. 3rd and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know, this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. The freshman off the mark behind his receiver that time.
Boy, this is all about the defense here. Nice stop here on 3rd down, but really it's about trying to get this offense behind the sticks. Once you get them behind the sticks, you can mix up your coverages, really affect the quarterback's eyes and disrupt the timing and the rhythm of what the offense is trying to do. Now we've got another big 4th down coming up.
Trying to return the punt for some extra yardage. They finally get him down, but that's a solid return. Good work by the return man. And the Gamecocks offense is back out there on the field. Remember, last time they scored a touchdown. Can they keep clicking here, or will the defense come up with a stop? Grab down the middle. It's Brooks. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
The running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
Short completion there. 2nd down coming up. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. 2nd down. We're going to throw it. Caught over the middle. It's Brooks. And the broken tackle there produces a solid gain. And the Gamecocks will hustle to the line to crank the tempo. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. Can he make it to the marker? They make the stop just short of the marker. It's going to be 4th down and inches. 4th down now. Time for perhaps one more play before we hit the 2-minute warning. And he's throwing for it on 4th down. And it falls incomplete. A turnover on downs. Big play for this defense. So here comes the Alabama offense back onto the field. Forced to punt last time. Trying to add points. Build the lead right here. Snags a quick throw.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hands.
And completion makes it 2nd and short. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. Trying to extend the play. He'll wisely throw that one away.
Man, I like this play. And not only is it the right play, throwing it away like that, but given that he had no other option, he just did what he's supposed to do to survive and get ready for this next down.
Try and muscle for the 1st down. That's a good effort on the run, but the defense stops him just short of the marker. 4th down now. Check this out. Offense going for it inside their own 40. Trying for a 4th down completion. And he can't connect. The gamble doesn't pay off.
Oh, my gosh. A drop pass here on this 4th down play. Everything was perfect. The execution is there. The route is nice. The ball is on the money. All he has to do is catch it, and it's a 1st down, and he drops it. This one could come back to haunt him.
Oh, there's the stiff arm. Heads out of bounds as a short gain on the play.
Boy, positive yards there on 1st and 10. Good job up front by that offensive line. Good hard running by this running back. And now you got a lot of options. That playbook can really open up on 2nd and inches.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. They're going to run the option. The Gamecocks will try to keep this drive moving. So it's a 1st down here. The clock is stopped temporarily, but they'll get to the line quickly. Ball handed off. And he's able to find some room before they finally bring him down.
Hey, nice RPO here by the offense. Defense is going to sit back, make it easy on the quarterback, hand it off up the middle. Nice solid gain. Stay ahead of the chains.
Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. And that one is incomplete in the end zone.
You know, I like the quarterback's patience here, and instead of trying to force the issue and squeeze the ball into coverage, he just decides to just basically throw it away and live for the next down.
Off the incompletion, it sets up a 3rd down and 2. The quarterback making some changes at the line. Looking to pick up the 1st down through the air. Slides to avoid the big hit. 1st down and goal. Can the defense force a field goal and keep the lead at halftime? Here's the option play. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. They'll crank up the tempo here on 2nd down. The time is running out. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. Fighting off the tackler. And he decides to step out of bounds, avoiding the contact. Doesn't have enough for the 1st down.
I love to see this by this quarterback. And instead of giving up on the play and just throwing it away or trying to put one into coverage, he just takes off. Reminds this defense what he can do with his legs and almost took it to the house.
And the offense facing a 3rd and goal from a long way away. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks. Here's the point after attempt. And the PAT is good. So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. He's going to try for a return from a couple of yards deep in the end zone. And he's brought down at the 16. Would have been better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback. So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. And the runner takes off to his right. Gabe moves the ball out past the 25-yard line. And that will do it for the 1st half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. Believe they're going to line up here and go for the onside kick. And the receiving team has recovered. Looks like the hands team did its job.
Yeah, they tried to surprise him here to start off this 3rd quarter. Just didn't pan out. But I think you got to respect them for trying, though. I like that call.
Here comes the Alabama offense onto the field. First play of the 3rd quarter is a handoff. Second effort, their defense cannot stop him short of the marker. Alabama comes up to the line quickly. And in 1st down, they go right back to him. That's a nice wrap-up there by the junior.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
Now it's 2nd down here. There's the snap, and he's looking to throw. On the run here. Lets it go. Receiver makes the grab. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a 1st down.
You know, each receiver brings something a little bit different to the table, Chris. To me, the outside receivers usually are a little bit longer, taller guys. You get those slot receivers in the inside. Not only can they make the catch, but they have quickness to make plays after the catch. Great example of that right here.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in 3rd down. What's an offense doing on 3rd down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend.
Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Fought all the way back to take the lead.
Well, that's an example right there of what vision and patience and ability can do for a running back. He was on a mission to get into the end zone, and really, he made it look easy.
Good job dealing with the footing. The PAT is good. Getting set to kick the ball off now.
South Carolina, 21.
He's going to return it from near the goal line. And the South Carolina offense is back out on the field. Great possession last time. They punched it into the end zone. Can the defense come up with a stop this time? First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. Quarterback finds a target on the right. It's complete. And he's brought down after a big first down gain. It's second and short. Maybe an opportunity, Kirk, to take a shot here. Receiver in motion now. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Crossing the 35. Forced out of bounds after a big gain. This offense set up with a first down.
I love how they're using the receiver here in motion. With a weapon like this, just get him the football. Simple throw for the quarterback. He's got all that speed built up. You get him the ball out there in space with a couple blockers, and you get big plays like this right here.
Quarterback's got it on the option. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. And the Gamecocks looking to crank up the tempo a bit. Breaking free at the 35. Oh, and nothing but green grass ahead. Touchdown, South Carolina. There was a foot race, and he won it. Lining up to try the extra point. The PAT is up and good, so we're tied up here in the third quarter. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. He's going to bring this out a few yards deep in the end zone. He tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. Here comes the Crimson Tide offense onto the field. They scored a touchdown on the last possession. Let's see if this defense has been able to come up with some adjustments and stop him this time. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
That's a great play all around by this defense. Your first-level defenders hold their own at the point of attack, allowing the second and third-level players to roam free and make the tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Off the play fake, looking to throw the football. Quarterback escapes the pocket. It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure. And now it brings up third down. They come to the line. A long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Oh, a reverse. Creative play call, but the defense is ready. Got it for no gain.
Defense there showed incredible discipline on the backside contained. And that reverse wasn't going anywhere. Just textbook.
No, kick it away here. And the returner will be brought down. And the Gamecocks offense is back out there on the field. They scored a touchdown in their last possession. Let's see if this defense can make adjustments and prevent that this time. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Well, they don't block the defensive end and shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
From the shotgun, handoff inside. He's tackled just short of the midfield line at the 49.
Well, I would just stick with this RPO. That's a really solid game, and it's plays like this that eventually make that defense collapse down. Then you can pull it and hit a big play through the air to your receiver.
Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. Drops back, needing a third down completion here. Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. And he's got it. Tackle is finally made, but not before a big gain. They'll spot it at the 24.
Well, this is what you would call a three-down back. Running backs that can run between the tackles, they can get outside, and they can also catch the ball out of the backfield. Here they have the benefit of having one of those kind of backs that can not just catch the ball, but once he gets his hands on the ball, he's got enough wiggle and speed to be able to get after a defense.
First down, looking to throw the ball. And he'll loft it to the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks. That puts them on top in the second half. So they'll try to add the lead now with the PAT. The extra point is good. Back in front of this shootout, 35-28. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. And the return starts just inside the end zone. Solid coverage there. They get it at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. Alabama's offense coming back onto the field. They're coming off a quick 3 and out, so looking to put something together on this drive with a little more urgency. The sophomore able to get home with the sack.
Chris, I really felt the quarterback came off the fake a little bit too quick. The defense didn't bite at all on the play action. They saw the quarterback had the ball, attacked, and got the sack.
And this crowd coming to life here, trying to help the defense get a stop with the offense pinned back. And they bring him down. That's a very solid gain, but still well short of the market.
The draw is a good way to keep the defensive line in check and use their aggressiveness against them. It can be real effective, even in passing situations, if you mix it in correctly.
Caught quickly. Tackle made after a solid gain. They'll spot the ball at the 31.
This is a big conversion by this offense. They're down now in the second half. Probably limited opportunities at this point in the game. Every chance you get your hands on the ball, you need points. They keep this drive alive right here.
The pass rush closing in. And the sophomore's got him for a sack.
And just like that, you squeeze the life out of this offense. That's another sack by this defense. They have been in that backfield the entire game, and a big reason why these guys are enjoying a lead.
So from the 21-yard line, it's now second and long. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. Oh, downfield catch made on the left side.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
The offense will line up. Chance for a couple more plays before the end of the quarter. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Tackle is made very near midfield. Good enough for a first down.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. South Carolina, 35. Alabama, 28.
This Alabama offense is moving quickly down the field. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. He's moving out of the pocket. He's going to take off here. He'll avoid the tackle there with a slide.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the first and the second option aren't there. By the third option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, of which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
Trying to convert again on third down. It's 3rd and 2. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. It's a screen pass complete to the running back. That play is blown up. Defense makes the tackle in the backfield.
Great job here by the defense of sniffing out this screen. You can see the defensive linemen, the linebackers, everybody running to that running back. Because of that team pursuit, it's a big loss for the defense.
He's running out of time here. Finds his man, has the first down. Oh, what a move. Goes right through the tackle. He's got room to run now. They've got him, but he easily makes the first down, and this drive keeps going.
Just great execution here on this fourth down to keep this drive alive. And what I love is the accuracy from the quarterback and a good job by the receiver knowing where that route needed to be able to catch the ball and pick up the first down.
That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. On 1st and 10, look at a throw. Here's a shot toward the end zone. And it's picked off in the end zone. Going the other way, can they stop him? So a great return following the pick. They're finally able to get him down.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half. And the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
And the South Carolina offense is back out on the field. And here's the handoff. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
But this is where the offensive line could really assert their will and put on the finishing touches to this game. The defense, you can see them. They're breaking little by little right now. You make sure they break completely.
They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the first down.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. You got to rely on that offensive line in the running game here to be able to secure a victory. Good call, and just keep working that clock.
First down play call. How aggressive will it be? They'll change the pre-snap look now. Handoff to the back. They'll keep the clock moving. A solid 8-yard gain brings up a 2nd and 2.
Well, nothing like getting positive yards here, playing with the lead late in the game and then staying in bounds to boot. It's exactly what you want to see as an offensive coordinator.
2nd down play coming up for this offense. They'll hand it off. Finding space at the 20. They're not going to get him. He's in. Touchdown, South Carolina. He just breaks away and takes it to the house from distance. That's an elite running back type of play.
You know, when he got out into the open field, I didn't know if he had the speed to take that thing all the way to the house, but he does. That's next level speed.
Automatic on the PAT. And it's fielded. Can the returner make something happen here? Tackle at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. So here comes the Alabama offense back onto the field. They had it going on the last drive, but it ended abruptly with the interception. Let's see what they can do here. Short throw complete to the tight end. They stopped the receiver, but that's a solid gain on that play.
Hey, it's a nice way to start this drive off, but they've got a long way to go to be able to get this ball in the end zone. Then they got to get the ball back and score again. So positive yards, but doing it quickly is key.
Looking to scramble. He's looking to make a big play downfield. Tried to go very deep there. Good effort. Now it's 3rd down.
This is smart defense. When you're trying to protect the lead late in the game, you know they're going to take some shots. Get those safeties and those defensive backs back far, anticipating a deep throw, and knock the ball away.
Off the incompletion, it sets up a 3rd down and 2. And he's going to launch it deep again. And this is dropped. Would have been a huge game, but he could not collect it.
Oh, the quarterback and receiver just not quite on the same page. But the good news is it's 4th down and short. And trailing in this game, you've got to convert here to keep your hopes alive.
Pass is incomplete. That's a big stop with his defense on fourth down.
Well, down late in his football game by more than a possession, they obviously had to go for this. They just couldn't come up with the execution.
They'll run it here. Got a lane. Can he get in? And he gets to the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks. They will try to add to the lead now with the PAT. Extra point up and good. A 3-touchdown lead now here in the final quarter. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. He'll bring it out from his end zone. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. Here comes the Alabama offense onto the field. Remember, last time they went for it on fourth down and got stopped, and the opponent went right down the field. See if they can recover from that here. They'll try the ground game here with the running back.
You know, in that era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
Third down here. Time for perhaps one more play before the 2-minute warning. Backed up with the one. He's going to throw it. Trying to create outside the pocket now. And he throws his third interception of the day. And they bring him down, but look, there's a penalty marker on the field. Let's see if the officials wipe away this turnover. First down here for this offense. Quarterback changing the play now at the line. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here. Oh, and it's batted down by the defense. Great play to deny a touchdown.
Well, Chris, the offense takes a shot downfield, and this defender does a great job of making a play on the ball. Not only that, he tips that ball up into the air.
Airing this one out toward the sideline. Caught near the goal line. Touchdown, South Carolina. And the beatdown continues. Now the important point after attempt. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. This is a squib kick right to one of the blockers on the return team. Returner brought down. Sets up the next drive. Here comes the Crimson Tide offense onto the field. At this point, there's not much you can do except play for pride. Wow, that is interception number 4 today for this QB. Big takeaway, now looking for a big return. At the 20. Return to pick 6. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
Great job here by the defense coming up with yet another play. Boy, they are just pouring it on today, dominating in every phase.
They'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. PAT is good as they build on this big lead. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Looks like they're lining up to attempt an onside kick. And the receiving team makes the recovery. The hands team does its job perfectly.
Hey, it's the fourth quarter here. They're trying to get that football back. I don't blame them. Unfortunately, they couldn't come up with it.
Have you ever seen this? The punting team on the field on first down. And they down this one just shy of the 40-yard line. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. They'll use that running game, trying to bleed the clock here. Hits into space at the 50. Breaks clear. End zone ahead. Touchdown, South Carolina. And the route is on. Extra point try coming now. And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. So no return on this one. Ball just bounces into the end zone for a touchback. This would be an unconventional strategy. Punt team on the field on first down. See if he can make a play on this return. And the returner brought down by the coverage team. And the Gamecocks offense is back out there on the field. And this home crowd ready to celebrate a very satisfying home victory. And looking to throw now on first down. Receiver makes the catch. And he's in the clear down the right side. End zone ahead. Touchdown, Gamecocks. To stretch the lead, the route is on.
Chris, you talk about having a day. This offense just goes out. They're not even looking at the scoreboard. They're just going out, executing the play called, and continuing to put points on the board.
And they're able to tack on the extra point. The formation would indicate they're going to try the onside kick here. And they recover the onside kick. It looks like they've been practicing that one.
Chris, what just happened here? I'm in awe of this coach's sheer boldness. Going for an onside kick when you're up by a few scores? Wow. That's all I can say.
And a sophomore making an impact play. The Gamecocks looking to run some tempo here. Quarterback appears to be changing the play. Looking to pass here on second down. Makes a quick catch. Breaking free at the 35. Oh, and he breaks free. It's a foot race. Touchdown, South Carolina. Stretching the lead. This one is getting ugly. But they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. And the PAT is good as they continue to pull away even more. The offense will obviously decline that penalty and take the result of the play. I believe they're lining up to attempt an onside kick. And the hands team able to recover the football. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. And the punting team is on the field. Do they know that it's first down? He's got an opening. Watch out. He's got great speed. Can he make it? All the way for a touchdown.
The coaches love to see a football team that doesn't get caught up in the scoreboard. They're just out executing and doing what needs to be done. That's what we're seeing from this offense. Yeah, they continue to put points on the board and they're pulling away. I just love to see the execution and how they're going about their business.
And they tack on the extra point. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. Recovered by the kicking team now. They'll steal a possession here.
Boy, good job by this cover team of getting downfield and knocking that ball loose to give their offense really good field position.
First and goal here for the offense. He's got it near the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks. And this one is getting ugly. Now they line up to kick the extra point. PAT is good as they build on this big lead. I believe they're going to line up here and go for the onside kick. Oh, and the onside kick works to perfection.
Wow, the kicker deserves a lot of credit here. He placed the ball perfectly. All you have to do is keep the ball in bounds and then hope for a favorable bounce. Here, they got a real favorable bounce.
First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Looking out throwing start the drive. Catch made, a lot of space now. Oh, and he's free down the left side. Can they run him down? Touchdown, South Carolina. And the beatdown continues. And the PAT is good as they continue to pull away even more. Looks like they're lining up to attempt an onside kick. The kick will go out of bounds. That's a mistake. They really needed that to stage a comeback here. Have you ever seen this? The punting team on the field on first down. He was hoping that would check up, but a big bounce sends it into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the first play of the drive now from the 20-yard line. First down, looking to throw the football. He's got a receiver wide open here. Breaks into the clear. It's a sprint inside the 10. Touchdown, Gamecocks. And the route is on. A Hail Mary prayer answered. What a throw by that quarterback.
Chris, a great throw by the quarterback is right. Not just the distance, but to put it up into the air long enough to give his receivers a chance to get underneath it. The result, a miracle and a touchdown.
Well, frankly, Kirk, we hope for games that are a little bit more suspenseful. This one got out of hand early, ended up being a rout.
That's putting it nicely, Chris, right? This was a complete blowout. A solid performance in all areas by this team. Their coaches should be proud of how they looked out there today.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one.